Hi, what's up? My name is Adam, and you are on Cyber Raccoon channel. Today I'm going to tell you about the best games like Banished. Subscribe our channel, rate this video, and you will always be aware of what to play today. In Spacebase DF-9, you'll build a home among the stars for a motley population of humans and aliens as they go about their daily lives. Mine asteroids, discover derelicts, and deal with the tribulations of galactic resettlement in Earth's distant future. Meteor impacts. Explosive decompression. Unbearable loneliness. ClockWork Empires is a steampunk and cosmic horror city building simulation game from Gaslamp Games. Your mission is to build a colony populated by AI characters with their own traits, memories, and goals. Take on the role of a junior bureaucrat, sent forth to seek fame, promotions, and natural resources to feed the ravenous maw of imperial industry and commerce. Build a prosperous colony, fill it with magnificent factories worked by oppressed laborers, and harness the awesome power of steam through fearsome machines invented by determined men and women of science. History is yours to seize for fame and fortune, for science, and for the queen and the glory of the ClockWork Empires. Life is Feudal. Forest Village is a feature-rich, town-building simulator strategy game with engaging survival aspects. Lead your people, a small group of refugees who were forced to start again on an unknown island. Terraform and shape the land and expand with houses, pastures, orchards, farms, windmills, and many other buildings. Forage in the forest, hunt for prey, grow crops and domestic animals for food. As winter creeps up, ensure you stock up with enough firewood, charcoal, and warm clothes to survive, and remember, a lack of vitamins in good rations may lead to disease and could even totally wipe out your village. Planetbase is a strategy game where you got a group of space settlers trying to establish an outpost on a remote planet. In the game you play the role of the base architect and manager, telling your colonists where to build the structures they will need to survive. You will have to ensure that they have a constant supply of oxygen, food, and water to stay alive. Project Aura is a simulation/strategy video game where you take control of a colony of climate disaster survivors. In the near future, humans will face the drastic consequences of climate change. Forced to take refuge in vital reserves using cryopreservation, they await a second chance. At the end of the 21st century, humans, finally aware of the great climate disaster, dedicated their efforts not on preventing the inevitable crisis, but to ensure the survival of the species itself. In Stonehearth, you pioneer a living world full of warmth, heroism, and mystery. Help a small group of settlers build a home for themselves in a forgotten land. You'll need to establish a food supply, build shelter, defend your people, monitor their moods, and find a way to grow and expand, facing challenges at every step. Northgard. After years of tireless explorations, brave Vikings have discovered a new land filled with mystery, danger, and riches, Northgard. The boldest Northmen have set sail to explore and conquer these new shores, bring fame to their clan, and write history through conquest, trading, or devotion to the gods. That is, if they can survive the dire wolves and undead warriors roaming the land, befriend or defeat the giants, and survive the harshest winters ever witnessed in the north. Gnomoria is a sandbox village management game where you help lead a small group of gnomes, who have set out on their own, to thrive into a bustling kingdom. Anything you see can be broken down and rebuilt elsewhere. Craft items, build structures, set traps, and dig deep underground in search of precious resources to help your gnomes survive the harsh lands. Build your kingdom and stockpile wealth to attract wandering nomads to your cause, but be wary of also attracting enemies. Project Zomboid is an open-ended zombie-infested sandbox. It asks one simple question: how will you die? In the towns of Muldra and West Point, survivors must loot houses, build defenses and do their utmost to delay their inevitable death day by day. No help is coming, their continued survival relies on their own cunning, luck and ability to evade a relentless horde. Kingdoms and Castles is a game about growing a kingdom from a tiny hamlet to a sprawling city and imposing castle. Your kingdom must survive a living and dangerous world. Do the Viking raiders make off with your villagers? Or are they stopped, full of arrows, at the castle gates? Does a dragon torch your granary, your people dying of starvation in the winter, or are you able to turn the beast back? The success of your kingdom depends solely on your skill as a city and castle planner. Dwarf Fortress. The deepest, most intricate simulation of a world that's ever been created. The legendary Dwarf Fortress is now on Steam. Build a fortress and try to help your dwarves survive, or adventure as a single hero against a deeply generated world. RimWorld. A sci-fi colony sim driven by an intelligent AI storyteller. Generates stories by simulating psychology, ecology, gunplay, melee combat, climate, biomes, diplomacy, interpersonal relationships, art, medicine, trade, and more. Factorio is a game in which you build and maintain factories. You will be mining resources, researching technologies, building infrastructure, automating production and fighting enemies. In the beginning you will find yourself chopping trees, mining ores and crafting mechanical arms and transport belts by hand, but in short time you can become an industrial powerhouse, with huge solar fields, oil refining and cracking, manufacture and deployment of construction and logistic robots, all for your resource needs. However, this heavy exploitation of the planet's resources does not sit nicely with the locals, so you will have to be prepared to defend yourself and your machine empire. Subscribe our channel, rate this video and you will always be aware of what to play today.